delighted to be your first speaker. As I said, my name is Jim Barm. I'm an agricultural economist in a program area within Agricultural Marketing Service. And I'm going to be talking today about a number of the marketing services that we offer at AMS. We have a number of targeted programs that are really looking to help small to mid-sized farmers access new markets or existing markets and take advantage of all the great opportunities that exist out there. We do this through a number of different ways. We do a lot of research, we do a lot of technical assistance, we do data collection, and of course there's grant support and resources that way as well, which one of our presenters will be talking about later. We are very fortunate within my program area to have a really interdisciplinary group of folks and professionals that work with us. So there's agricultural economists like myself that work on these issues. We have agricultural engineers that do everything from post-harvest handling to working on particular market facilities. We actually have an architect on staff and other agricultural marketing specialists, all with the kind of sole purpose to help small and mid-sized producers help access new markets for their products. So there's a number of different kind of markets that we are assisting small to mid-sized producers. One of the really exciting areas for many producers today are these direct marketing opportunities. Example, of course, is farmers markets, community support in agriculture, farm stands, agritourism. All these are direct marketing opportunities that really allow a producer to sell directly to a customer, to a consumer, maintain some of that margin, be able to get a little bit more money in their pocket as opposed to maybe selling through an intermediary. So within this area, we do a lot of research to help producers understand what markets may be a good fit for them, whether it's community support agriculture or farmers market, whether they should be doing both, looking at some of the advantages and disadvantages of these different markets. We offer a lot of case study work, which helps us kind of illuminate good practices, best practices that farmers may want to think about when they're accessing one of these particular channels. Just as an example, we recently had a report that we put together looking at farmers markets in low-income areas and how can you make farmers markets work in those type of areas. What advantages may you have if you're able to allow food stamps or SNAP, as we call them, to have a whole variety of folks be able to access these markets. So looking at things like market performance at farmers markets and these other market channels. And then we also carry out, and this within our program area, a national survey of farmers markets, which allows us on a much larger scale to understand what are some of the major trends, opportunities, challenges within this particular sector of direct marketing. And finally, and certainly one of our marquee offerings is our National Farmers Market Directory. The Farmers Market Directory is something we've been collecting for over a decade now, trying to chart and understand how many farmers markets there are in the country, but it's just not a numbers game we're interested in. We really provide an online resource that allows the customer to be able to go onto our site and find their closest farmers market in their neighborhood or in their county or in their state. And within that portal in our farmers market directory, they can see the hours of operation, what products are selling there, what types of farmers, whether they accept food stamps or other nutrition programs at the farmers markets. All these things is, can be accessed really any time of the day, and it's a wonderful service that we offer to the public. And certainly for farmers and for farmers market managers, it's a marketing opportunity for them to be able to get their farmers market up on that site and really be able to promote what they offer at their farmers market. So along with direct marketing, we also conduct a research, do technical assistance in an area that we call food hubs and other aggregation models. One of the main things that's happened, certainly in the last decade or in the 5 years that I've been here, is there's been a huge demand for locally grown food. And with this demand in locally grown food, new opportunities now exist for farmers to be able to take advantage of that. Certainly farmers markets, community support agriculture, all these things are ways in which farmers can access this demand and take advantage of this demand for locally grown food. But it goes beyond selling directly to the customer. That's all well and good, but there's larger markets, grocery stores, institutions like hospitals, schools, universities, restaurants. All these larger volume markets are looking also to buy local and to buy from their local farms. But it's a little bit harder. Unlike, setting up a farm stand or selling at a farmer's market, these larger buyers, they have certain requirements. They need a certain amount of volume. All these things make it difficult for, say, an individual farmer to be able to take advantage of this market demand. So this is kind of where food hubs and other models like that, which are really innovative business models that work with small to mid-sized producers, collect, or what we call aggregate, their product together, distribute and market to these larger volume buyers. And just a perfect example, you may be an apple grower in New York and you look at your school district and say, hey, I would love to sell to, my fresh apples to the school, and they would love to buy them. But it's a lot harder for them to buy from 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 different farmers as opposed to having one person they can go to be able to say, I'd like apples from this grower, I'd like my tomatoes from this grower. And that's what food hubs do. They really help organize the production of a number of small farmers, help them move their products into these larger volume markets. So it's a really new way of doing business. It's very producer centric, and we've been promoting this type of model for the last couple of years, and we're seeing tremendous growth in this area. So we've been carrying out a lot of research, understanding kind of what are the best business practices, how can you really, what's the best model to use for particular types of markets and so forth. And so we've been really excited to work in this particular area as well. And what we can offer to both these businesses as well as individual producers is not just research, but actual live technical assistance. You can call someone up like me and talk about the possibility of starting a business like this. Okay. And along with both these direct market opportunities, as well as through food hubs and others intermediaries, we also offer a host of services to permanent market facilities. So that could be a wholesale produce market. It could be a farmer's market that actually goes year-round. It has a permanent structure. It could be a number of different types of public market, for example. And we have both engineers and an architect on staff that work with market managers on everything from site assessment. So you're thinking about putting a market in a new area and not really sure exactly where it may go, to the actual market analysis of not just where it should go, but what kind of customers can you count on or you hope to tap into, and then even to facility design. So our architect actually works directly with architects in the local arena in order to understand what their needs are and help them with some of his experience with market facilities. So again, it's one of those value adds that we can give to the wider market facility community. So the next thing is that I'd like to talk about, and this isn't specific to agricultural marketing service, but AMS is playing a leading role in this initiative. It's called the Know Your Farmer, Know Your Food initiative. It's a departmental initiative to help promote the development of local food systems. And it's chaired by our Deputy Secretary, Kathleen Merrigan, and it's really an effort in many ways to help coordinate all the different work that's happening in different agencies. So Agricultural Marketing Service is doing work in local food. Rural Development is doing work in local food. FSA is giving out loans to support local food businesses. Sometimes we don't really work that well together. We get caught in our little silos a bit. So this was an opportunity to kind of reach across the different agencies and to really coordinate our efforts, reduce some of the redundancies, be more efficient, and hopefully, ultimately, to help producers take advantage of these local markets. There is a host of, just a slew of resources available on this website. It's kind of a wonderful central point of entry for any producer interested in local food to go to. And that website is www.usda.gov/knowyourfarmer, all one word. And at this website, you'll find case study examples of how people have tapped into the local food market. There's a huge section on resources available from USDA, where both technical assistance as well as financial resources that you can tap into. And one other more recent inclusion in the Know Your Farm, Know Your Food initiative is this Compass. And the Compass is an online kind of narrative that tells a lot of really great stories about how people have grown their business, taken advantage of the local food marketplace. And attached or kind of along with this narrative is this fabulous interactive map. And this map it's one of the more amazing things that we've done, I think, at USDA, is that we worked across all the different agencies at USDA and asked them to give us information on any local food related project they've done in the last 4 years. And we've populated it on the map. So you could go into your own county, you're interested in local food, what's the market like, who else is taking advantage of these market opportunities, who should I be partnering with, what good ideas exist out there. And you can go into your county, your state, the entire nation if you so choose, and begin to look and see what people are doing. You can search it. Let's say you're thinking about setting up artisanal cheese. You're like, well, are other people doing this? I'm sure there is. You could literally search that and then find any type of USDA grant that's been available to support that type of work in the last 4 years. That's pretty amazing. And it's a wonderful way for you to really immediately take advantage of some of the opportunities that exist out there and to help understand how USDA is affecting this local food marketplace in a variety of ways. Now, my last thing that I think is even more exciting is that we've reached across not just USDA, but the federal agencies. So now Commerce, Housing and Urban Development, because agriculture is also in the urban area, Health and Human Services, CDC, Treasury, all these different departments we've reached out to get a sense of how they're funding local food projects as well, and we've populated that on the map as well. So we're really excited to use this as a way to really engage the producers and groups that work with producers to understand how to take advantage of federal resources. So along with Know Your Farm, Know Your Food, at our website at Agricultural Marketing Service, we have a lot of resources available, a lot of what I've been talking about, of course, in a lot more detail. So I encourage you to visit our website, which is at www.ams.usda.gov/wholesale and farmers markets, all one word. Or, and it's a lot easier because that's a long URL, just give us a call at 202-720-8317. And yes, you'll actually get a live person on the line. If you don't the first time, call back and we'll make sure we can talk to you about any of the things we've been talking about today in terms of helping small to mid-sized producers take advantage of new markets. Thank you very much.